The other day, I was reading a beautiful question by one gentleman in a social media platform. He was asking that there are many in this universe struggling to be happy and successful in the real life, even though they have everything in their life. And what exactly are we missing in real life? And what is the most important thing which drives us happy until the end of our life? And I thought of making a small audio to understand the question very well and also try to find answers based on the Vedic philosophy. As the question rightly prompts, that most of us are not happy in life. Rich men have everything in life. They have good salary, they have good family, good children, uh, no issues for food, etc. But still, they are missing something. They are in lookout for something else. Poor person obviously has worries about their future. They have worries about even surviving for the next 15 days. They may not have rice to eat, etc. If we understand what is happiness, in short, happiness is basically absence of sorrows. And if you understand sorrows, Kapil Muni says in his Sankhya Shastra, the first sutra, he says there are three types of sorrows. The sorrows of the whole world can be just divided into three types. Trividhi Dukkaha, he mentions Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, and Adidaivik. And he also says that Atyant Purusha Rataha, Atyant Nivriti. So, to overcome these three sorrows, he mentions some formula. Basically, to overcome these three sorrows and to attain happiness. In fact, Kapil Muni says Purusha Rataha. Purush means the soul, and Artha means the main aim of the soul in this life is to attain happiness. And how to attain happiness is just to kill these three sorrows. And how to kill these three sorrows? First of all, let's understand what are these three sorrows. One is Adhyatmik Dukh, the sorrow which is of mental in nature. There are people who gets ill, they worry about their health. There are people who have other issues, mental tensions. If we have children in our house, we worry about their future. If we don't have money, we worry about money. If we have other issues, we always keep on worrying about one or other things. This is called as Adhyatmik sorrow. The other sorrow Kapil Muni mentions is Adidaivik sorrow, the sorrow caused by the natural calamities like flood or earthquake or volcanic eruption or natural disasters. This is actually impacting the full society at large, basically. And the third one he mentions is Adibhautik. Adibhautik is basically snake bite or mosquito bite, scorpion bite, or something happens, some violence happens. We get affected by this violence, these snake bites or etc. So this is the third type of sorrow, which is Adibhautik. And Kapil Muni says we can overcome these three sorrows by Atyant Purusharataha, Atyant Nivriti. When we work extremely hard, when we do extreme tapasya, when we indulge our life into austerity, Kapil Muni says we can overcome these three sorrows. You may wonder that how can we overcome by tapasya, how can we overcome a natural calamity? For which we have to understand the fundamental law of this universe, because this universe is created by Almighty God. If you don't have trust on Almighty God, if you don't believe that there exists an Almighty God, please see my another video where I have proved the existence of Almighty God, both in terms of scientific as well as from the Vedas. So God says in Vedas that this universe is made by me, and then this universe is made for you to attain happiness by following my rules and regulations, which I have devised and I have informed. I have given this knowledge to you in the form of Vedas. So the first and foremost thing for us to understand to attain happiness, or at least to walk the path of happiness, is to understand what is there in Vedas. And to understand what is there in Vedas, we have to attain a lotus feet of an Acharya who has realized Almighty God, who has realized these four Vedas in his enlightenment. Because Vedas are not books. We cannot read any book and attain happiness. Sri Krishna Maharaj says the only way to attain happiness is to come out of expectations and come out of attachment. But we read these kind of sentences every day in every poster. But are we able to do this? Are we able to come out of attachment? Are we able to come out of expectations? It's impossible. Even we read hundreds 100,000 books, we cannot be able to implement some things very practically, because we do not listen to a person who has attained the samadhi, who has got enlightenment. So the first and foremost requirement to get into happiness is to attain the lotus feet of an acharya. Once we attain the lotus feet of acharya, I've been fortunate enough to listen Vedas from my acharya, who has attained enlightenment in 19th March 1979. He preaches Vedas to everyone, irrespective of religion, caste, creed, etc. And then he always says, Tena tyaktena bunjita magridaha kasya svidadanam. Dhanam means not only wealth, dhanam means family, dhanam means everything what we have in possession. God says in Vedas that kasya svidadanam, these are not belonging to anyone. This comes and goes. Based on your deeds, some happiness comes, it will stay with you temporarily, and then immediately after some time you get into sorrows again. And God says the formula is to detach yourself before enjoying these kind of benefits what you get because of your own karmas. So how to detach ourselves is what we can learn from an acharya. My acharya says that the only way you can detach yourself is to attach yourself to the acharya, attach yourself to the Vedic path. So by attaching ourselves to Vedic path, we will get detachment from this worldly pleasure. Once we have a real detachment, we will be slowly understanding the happiness in our life. And also expectations. We always have expectations, be it professional life, be it personal life. We do something, we always expect. Sri Krishna says don't expect. But how can we stop expecting something for a karma which we are doing? The answer to this lies in understanding the karma philosophy very clearly. God says in Vedas that Kurvanne veha karmani jijivishe chatang samaha. You live up to 100 years or even more by doing Vedic karma, the karma what I have prescribed in Vedas to be done. For example, God says in Vedas, every day you have to do worship of Almighty God by doing Agnihotra, by doing Ashtanga Yoga Tapasya, by understanding what is Ashtanga Yoga. So today, are we seeing anyone who is able to do Agnihotra? Are we seeing in fact anyone who is teaching Agnihotra how to do? So these things we can understand only by going to a acharya who knows how to do Agnihotra, who preaches how to do Agnihotra. So by starting Vedic way of worship, by starting to understand what God has told how to live a life, then we will automatically end up in a situation that we will not expect anything in return of our karmas. We will clearly understand that the result of the karmas is in the hands of Almighty God. So let me not expect anything. But this one can happen only practically after we start following Vedas for quite a number of years, for which the contact with a learned acharya is the utmost importance. You may seem this is impractical advice from me, but I will tell you this is the most practical thing in life, to find an acharya who has attained Almighty God. Without that, there cannot be any happiness in this world. In fact, Acharya Chanakya says that one who does not do everyday Agnihotra, his house itself is a burial ground. And I will tell you indirectly, we are living in a place, it's a burial ground. Everywhere there is unhappiness. The reason is we get happiness, we go to movie, we go to dance, we go to bar, we come back and then we see something is missing in our life. The real reason is absence of Almighty God in our life. And the God which we have created in temples, in churches, in mosques is not the Almighty God who creates this universe. So we have to go back to Vedas to worship the God who creates this universe, to understand the God who creates this universe. After understanding the Almighty God, yes, then of course we have to do our moral duties, we have to go for work. If we are a farmer, we have to do farming. If we are a businessman, we have to do business and help the society, help the nation, etc. But first of all, we have to understand what is Almighty, who is Almighty, and we cannot understand by textbooks. We can understand only by attaining the lotus feet of a learned master, and by following the Vedic principles in our life. For sure, we will overcome the three sorrows what I mentioned. And this has been a proof. And in fact, Kapil Muni himself has attained Almighty God, and he himself says the Vedic path is the only path. He uses the word Shruti always. Shruti means Vedas. So, in short, this is what I could convey a message on how to attain happiness. If you like this audio video, please forward it to as many people as possible. Please subscribe my channel, see my other videos. If you have any queries, please do get back to me. I will try to give more explanations. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.